Good evening, Terrell Thomas, and as always, joined at the desk by Mr.
Brandon Triche.
And we got our man H in the building, and a new young lady with us. Brittany is in here as well. It's going down today. These Urban Times and Live Hip Hop Daily present Sideline Stories. How you feeling today, good sir?
What's going on, brother?
Our brother Craig is actually up right now in Cobb County at SunTrust Park enjoying the Braves take on the St. Louis Cardinals. So next week, he'll have a recap and talk to us about his experience. And, of course, he'll be talking to us all postseason long about his baseball predictions and what's going on. So shout out to Craig. Enjoy yourself up there with your Braves, even though I hope they lose. But the NBA is back, and that's what we focused on right here.
Brother.
You know, I hope they lose. I want them to lose and the Nationals to lose. It's all about the Phillies, man.
The Nationals already lost already?
No. The Nationals didn't lose. They beat the Brewers.
Oh, that's right. They came back and won.
I need them to lose. But it's all about the NBA, man. The NBA is back. Preseason actually starts tonight. And late tonight, so I got tonight. Yeah. Late tonight. But I want to talk about our Atlanta Hawks. Media Day took place for our Atlanta Hawks on Monday. Very young core. A lot of hype now surrounding basketball here in Atlanta. Trae Young will be going into his sophomore season. Mm-hmm. John Collins going into his third year, which I believe should be an all-star year for JC. Vince Carter, this will be his final ride. This will be his final ride out here.
22.
He'll be ending his career mentoring and helping to lead the Atlanta Hawks. A lot of new additions here. Jabari Parker's now a member of the Hawks. Allen Crabbe's a member of the Hawks. Evan Turner's a member of the Hawks. Chandler Parsons.
They got a lot of former names.
And those names will be coming off the bench. So it'll be good to see the lineup. Coach Pierce, defensive-minded guy, has some pieces that can kind of go into the mold of these Hawks. You've seen these Hawks literally since birth, man. What are your expectations on what the Hawks can be this season?
I just kind of like the additions they got. Also getting the big boy Bruno. I like him from
Maryland.
From Maryland, he has familiarity with Kevin, so the Maryland ties. So I kind of like what they got going on. You kind of see the vision that's coming to fruition now. Like you can see, they went young. They ain't capping, spend a whole bunch of money on, bad contracts and stuff like that. Now you start getting some buzz and make some noise. Who knows? You may get a free agent to come down here. I don't know if that's the likely chances of that happening, but you can put it out there.
I mean, it's a step even having the likes of like the Jabari Parkers and stuff come here. Jabari was a free agent. He didn't come via trade, and I dig it. Like you say, he's someone who. He has maybe not reached his full potential yet due to injuries, but that's the only reason why. But that's even a name that could have helped a lot of rosters, and he decided to come here. So the ball may be beginning to turn with Trae and John, as you mentioned. Over under 38 wins for these Hawks this year.
What they won last year? 32.
Don't give me the line. Forgive me, Hawks Nation. It may be. I feel like it was somewhere between 28 and 32.
I think that's what I said last year was gonna win. I give them. I said 39.5.
Okay, so that's over.
I know. Half and a half. Look, man, they may get 40. So I don't know. They could possibly fight for a spot. I mean, because if you look down and listen to the Eastern Conference, you got, of course, Philly, Toronto, Boston, Milwaukee. That's 4. Indiana. And everybody else.
Miami possibly.
Detroit. So this.
The Knicks possibly. The Knicks and the Nets are going to go. The Nets.
And the Nets.
But I think the Knicks are going to surprise some cats.
I said the Knicks going to be better than people think they are. They can make the playoffs because
they got a good coach.
They got a good roster. They got a good roster. They got a lot of length. And people who can score the basketball.
The Knicks can fall somewhere in that 6th place, and the Hawks can fall somewhere in that 7, 8. Yeah.
So you can fight for that, Even if you could probably do like what the Denver did. That year they was a game out, and then the next year they took that jump. They were kind of like a year early. So who knows? The Hawks may.
That's a trend here in Atlanta. Last year, Cat said the Braves were a year early. Of course, they made the playoffs right now, but maybe that will be a trend. And the Hawks, the soccer team did it as well. They were more than they trended early, winning the chip in their second year. I can't say the same about the Falcons, but maybe the Hawks
they can trend lower. They can trend lower.
Go ahead.
That's fine. They trend lower
and change the game out here. Yeah. Sticking to basketball, but heading over to the West Coast, one of my favorite places in the world, Southern California. A place where it never sleeps and the tacos are always fresh.
Taco Thursday.
Taco Thursday. We can make it a Taco Thursday. the Los Angeles Lakers have a lot of attention coming their way. A lot of focus will be around the basketball team and what they do on the court. Mm-hmm. But now one of the young rising superstars will be looked upon for what he's doing off the court. Kyle Kuzma and Puma have come to an agreement on a new deal. And it's kind of dope how Puma is already placing this young man as the center of attention. We've seen billboards in downtown Los Angeles as you riding up, I believe, the 405 headed downtown to Staples.
It worked for his name because Kuz and
and so it says Kuzma.
So it worked perfectly. That was good. That was well played, Puma.
And he's also a young man who we see him growing. Of course, as I just mentioned, he does seem to possibly be a rising superstar. He has great game on the court. We seen last year he was doing a lot of things with his footwear, wearing a different retro sneaks and different things. Now it's strictly Puma, and he's gonna have an opportunity to, I think, do things with Puma off the court as well, and help Puma get into the fashion world in different ways. Now, when Kyle Kuzma was asked about Puma and why he decided to go, he said, of course, he loves their style and their fashion, but he loves what they did in the community, similar to Nip.
I was like, that was well played.
That was dope. What are your thoughts? Of course, ABL was involved with Puma this season, so I saw that you had some Puma love and stuff this summer. Yeah. What are your thoughts on Kyle Kuzma going to Puma? And is Puma becoming, or do they have a chance of becoming a rival to Nike in this NBA?
Well, to answer that question, no. I don't see that happening. But I mean, they are definitely rising. You know,
they rising.
They got
Jay-Z, Rock Nation.
Yeah, and speaking of Rock Nation, they signed everybody in the world right now.
Amen.
But but no, back on topic. I think they're definitely growing. We're getting acquisitions, especially from last year. We're getting DeAndre Ayton and Marvin Bagley, and then you got Terry Rozier done signed with them. Danny Green and Boogie.
I call him Danny Green.
Danny Green. Who else with them now? Oh, Marcus Smart. I think Marcus Smart deal was with Adidas was up yesterday. Okay. So I think he's out.
You got Rudy Gay.
Rudy Gay
over there.
Old man Rudy. And
they got some faces.
They got faces. They got Skyler
in WNBA
you got Skyler. You got Kevin Porter Jr. and RJ Barrett. So they're getting names.
They're growing quick.
they're growing quick. I'll keep one like, good Lord, everybody's signing on Puma, but they getting a whole lot of money and giving a whole lot of bags out to people.
I ain't mad at
but
that.
I mean, especially with Kuz getting the deal, the 5-year deal, they're gonna make him the face of the brand. I was like, I get it, but I mean, I know he's in LA. I know he's with the Lakers.
Huge market,
but he's not even the best player on his team.
I dig it.
But you want your brand to be the best player on the team, so people can be looking.
None of the cats they have though right now are the best player on the team.
Marvin Bagley, well, between him and De'Aaron.
And I might say Buddy Hield is better than Marvin Bagley right now. Bagley got a lot of potential, but he hasn't showed us yet.
Terry Rozier. Who's on Charlotte? Malik Monk and Dwayne Bacon.
I'm maybe Scary Terry. I gotta check, but that's not saying much. They might be the worst team in the NBA. So having the best player on the
possibly they might be.
How long do you think it's gonna take before they drop a signature shoe for Kyle?
I say probably within a year and a half. You gotta see what Kuz do, because if he's on moving up the scale and possibly getting some All-Star votes and possibly maybe run for All-Star, then yeah. If he's not, he just have a lifestyle brand, because I mean, if he's not on that major scale and being a major factor in the NBA for real, he don't get a signature shoe, because he's not really producing, I guess. But if he puts the work in and stuff and get an All-Star nod, yeah, he get a signature shoe. I think they might do one for what's his face, Marvin Bagley. I saw a little video they did in India where they out there.
Oh, okay, that's all.
So yeah, they had some sneakers for him out there. So I like the move. So he try to do some stuff for the community, i.e. Nip, like he said. So we'll see. I like the move. I'll still stay with GOAT. I mean, personally, but sweet die, baby.
Amen. Staying in Staples Centers and staying with an alumni of the Los Angeles Lakers, Shaquille O'Neal recently took heat to some words that was said by Portland Trail Blazers star Dame Lillard. Now, Dame Lillard was a guest on Joe Budden's podcast. He was speaking about Shaq and how Shaq's a pioneer as far as athletes and music are concerned, but he didn't think that people really looked at Shaq as a rapper. And he also voiced his opinion on how Dame felt that he's a better rapper than Shaq. Shaq got wind of those bars, wind of that.
Wind of those bars, you're right.
And decided that he needed to drop a diss record. Now, Shaq record, in my opinion, it was cute.
It was a Shaq record.
Yeah, it wasn't like Dame said. Like it wasn't a rap. He had some lines, but it wasn't.
He had the production.
Dame came with some shit on his jaw. His flow was better.
Also, Shaq's voice is deep too, and Shaq's voice deep. He's 96 years old.
You get penalized for that though. That's it.
His voice deep. He's 96
You
years old.
hopped on the mic, so
he did.
The excuses don't.
But also, Dame. Dame had some liners. I did like it. But some of those was like, all right, bro. Kobe won the rings. Come on, bro.
I mean, those really aren't lies though.
The man averaged 37 and 13.
And Kobe averaged 34. And this what kills me about basketball heads when they speak fact. In the finals, when the Lakers and Shaq played, in the fourth quarter in critical minutes, Shaquille O'Neal was sitting on the bench because he couldn't make a foul shot. And the Kobe brought that home. He went to Miami, like Dame said, and did the same shit. Like Shaq, and it also killed me. Like Kobe was going up against Jason Kidd, going up against Reggie Miller. Shaq was going up against who?
Now Reggie Miller's not the greatest defender.
He's not the greatest, but who was Shaq going up against now? Refresh my memory. Ty McCollum. Like
Rick
so,
Smith.
like it be biased. Cats be biased and shit with that. So that's like Shaq
really,
wasn't going up against Mutombo in the finals. Shaq wasn't going.
Philly, you forget about that?
Not a young Mutombo. I mean, Shaq wasn't going up against a young Mutombo. Was 55 by the time the Lakers played. Yeah, Shaq wasn't going up against Ewing in the finals. Shaq wasn't going up against any big men in the finals. Like and I'm a Laker fan. Even when we were playing the Kings and shit, the old Lottie. Chris Webber was undersized. Like Shaq, Shaq was dominant because he was the biggest cat on the floor.
So
because he can't
penalize him for that.
He can't penalize him. But when we look at like the guard play, the guards, you see like Shaq made a line about Dame not being Steph. But those are still two great players going up against each other. Like I don't see that with Shaq. And I mean, maybe I'm missing something. Like, I've never seen that with Shaq. You know what I'm saying? I've never seen it. And in my memory, I also was an Orlando Magic fan. So I remember.
So pretty much you was just Shaq fan. Wherever Shaq was, that's who you.
No. But I mean, it worked out for me in those times. But Shaq didn't get it done until he had Kobe. So there's no lies there. Like it's no lies told in that script. Like, because cats do it, be like, man, Shaq averaged 34, 37. And Kobe averaged 2 less points and was in the game in the final minutes to close the game. Like going up against better competition. Like
I mean, okay, you gave him Jason Kidd, okay. Kerry Kittles
a better defender than damn Ty McCollum. Like Kerry Kittles was a star in college. In college, he was a star. Ty McCollum ain't no damn star. Rick Smith was old and done by the time he got to Shaq too.
That's not Shaq's problem.
It's not.
It's not Shaq's fault that triangle getting ran through him. It's not his fault. It's not his fault that Shaq was 320. It's not his fault he had 2 moves and dunked on everybody. That's not his fault.
Is it his fault that Dame got him out of here?
Tomato.
You let him know you a snitch on TNT. He was a lot. Dame had some shit for him.
I say he didn't.
Them whack ass kicks. That's my favorite.
We do. But I mean, like Shaq said, he's not about $1 bill. What did he say? So pretty much what Dame is saying, Shaq has already done this. Okay, he's the first platinum artist as an athlete.
And Dame gave him credit for that. Yeah. That's why I was like, Dame gave him respect for that.
Exactly. Shaq paid away for all this. Okay, that's just like. Think about it. Kobe trying to do it too.
So Shaq should have respected the young man coming up under him and just realized.
I mean, I got Dame both his albums. Okay, I'm a Dame Dollar fan.
You got a Shaq album?
I actually do. Shaq D's was the first one.
Okay.
I actually got to see these still at the crib.
Man, I'm asking.
Look, hey, can't. What's up, Doc? That's my joint. Hey, don't judge. I just dated myself. So what?
I don't want no Shaq food.
Exactly. He don't get winner. You gonna be this record too.
But I do want to ask you about your man down in H-Town, down in Houston, PJ Tucker. Some cats say he's a sneaker king, if that's what they into, but. He's a free agent, if I'm not mistaken, right now in the sneaker realm, not in the basketball realm.
Jr. Word Jr. Oh, you mean to talk sneakers? I was like, that's definitely a Jr. line right there.
But where you do a lot of sneaker covers, of course. Can't Kick ATL. Check him out if you haven't already. Where do you see what shoe company do you see PJ Tucker fitting best with?
Stay where he's at. Nike.
Do you think he's playing hardball? Do you think there's a particular reason on why there already wasn't a contract?
I mean, I don't think he will get an extension because not right then. They'll probably wait for I don't know if he has Nike has 7 days to match or whatever. One of kind of restricted clauses, probably something like that. But stay with Nike, bro, because think about it. Where do you see PJ Tucker winning a different brand?
Nike and Jordan.
Exactly. And also, you spend all this money on shoes. What are you gonna do with all these shoes?
But he could. True. Yeah.
Remember, the man said he spent over $30,000 in shoes. What other brand can you do that with? So stay where you at. We love it.
You think he's trying to get some type of situation where he can wear multiple sneaks or something? Or
then go.
Be a free agent. Or
Go. Do what Kuz did last year. So if you want to do that, or just be a free agent,
or sound like a Foot Locker or something.
Oh yeah, do a deal like that. Just wear what you want to wear. Cause Montrez did that before he got the N1 joint.
I think Torian did it too.
Torian did it too. So if you wanted to be a free agent, just freelance, by all means, I'm all for it. Cause you would definitely be on the page, King Kick ATL. So you would definitely be on the page. But as far as who I want to sign with, it's Nike, man.
Just do it. Stay with the swoosh.
The swoosh, man. Swoosh life. So I don't want to go to Adidas because it's gonna be a whole Adidas team. They already got Gerald and James over there and Austin Rivers. Facts. I don't need to be Team Adidas over there. I mean, Russell's only one with Jordan.
So that's baby Nike.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, PJ got to either go with Jordan or stay with Nike. That's what I think. My personal opinion.
And then finally, man, we're going to head down to the Big Easy in Louisiana. The New Orleans Pelicans. There's a lot of hype surrounding those young cats. There's a lot of talent down there in New Orleans at the Smoothie King Center. But now they have to actually put that talent that's on paper and turn it into wins on the hardwood on the basketball court. Zion, they already let it be known as Zion Williams, but they don't want to put too much pressure and too much of a workload on the young man early. But with a big sneaker deal, being the first overall pick, and of course, whether the Pelicans want him to do it or not, fans are going to look at him just automatically as the replacement for Anthony Davis, the next superstar in the city. Do you think the Pelicans, with Lonzo Ball, with Brandon Ingram, once again, a load of talent they have over there, do you think they can live up to the hype and possibly make it to the postseason in the Western Conference?
No. Only because...
No to both? No hype and no playoff?
They'll live up to the hype. They'll definitely be a hard team to play because they're young and they're going to be running. And if you're an older team, you can try to chase them all game. So they'll definitely score a lot of points. Alvin Gentry going to be push the ball to the court. They'll play defense because they are a long basketball team because you got Drew, Zoe, B.I., Derek Favors,
Jaleel
Okafor, and Zion. So they have it. JJ. They got the Duke.
Duke blood.
Duke Pelicans. God, that's terrible. Matter of fact, they don't want to win just because of that. Just
spoken like a Tar Heel.
Exactly, I don't want to win just because of that. But no, they'll definitely be exciting to watch. But as far as I think they'll probably struggle coming out the gate a little bit, and they probably catch their footing like end of December, January-ish, when they go into an All-Star break. Okay. So I think they'll probably get in the West. Because you got to, at least get in the playoffs, you got to win 45 to 48 games. So I say they could win between 33, 35 games. Okay, that should be good for definitely what they had last year. So I don't think I think that's a good number, 35, 33. So they'll definitely live up to the hype.
It'll be interesting to see what the Pelicans do. We'll get a taste of the Pelicans here in Atlanta. If you're an Atlanta Hawks fan, the Zion Williamson and New Orleans Pelicans will actually be at State Farm Arena less than a mile away on Monday, October 7th at 7:30. If you haven't already, head over to Hawks.com and pick up your tickets to see Zion take on the Atlanta Hawks. We got a lot more to talk about. We're going to talk about some football news. We're going to take a brief break, and we'll be right back. Discuss some topics in the NFL. Stephon Diggs does not appear to be too happy. We know that Jalen Ramsey apparently isn't going to get traded if it's up to Jaguars ownership, and we'll give our Week 5. It's already Week 5 in the NFL. We'll give our predictions on that. Stay tuned for a lot more.